All right, welcome to another video of deal underwriting. And in this video, I will cover how to buy a house without any of your own cash, how to buy without any of your own credit, and how to find these deals, and then how to underwrite these deals to make sure you're gonna be making thousands and thousands of dollars on each of your properties that you buy. All right, so it's gonna be 20 to 25-minute video. And one of the reasons I do this is because I actually want to show you that I'm actually in the business of doing the business, right? So many people talk about, hey, this is a good deal, but then if you really ask them how their business is doing, nobody has really bought a house. And I'm here to show you. I'm here to show you the settlement statement. I'm here to show you how much money we put down. I'm here to show you the pictures. I give you the address so that you know exactly what we're doing. All right. So let's get rocking and rolling. All right. So here is a settlement statement. There are a couple of things that I blocked out just because for the confidentiality of the sellers. And all of these you can find on public record. Okay. So the address of the house that I bought, as you can see, 5221 North 23rd Avenue. And this is a triplex here in Phoenix. All right. And by the way, if you guys have any multifamily here in Phoenix that you guys are looking to sell, or you know of someone that's looking to sell, I am the buyer. I will buy basically full price. I bought this house full price. All right. So 5221 North 23rd Avenue, that's the address. I bought it for $670,000. And I bought this house on hybrid. All right. So what this means is there was a first lien mortgage that I took over, sub two, and then there's second note on Stellar Finance on their equity. And so I'm taking over somebody else's mortgage payment at $3,600. And then there's a seller finance that's just gonna be sitting there until 5 years hits. All right. So I'll break down this in rough numbers. Okay. So if you look at the top right corner, it says sales price 670,000. So I bought this triplex for 670,000. First loan was 496,500, which this is a mortgage that I'm taking over from the bank. And then $158,000 in seller finance at 0% interest rate. And this is interesting because usually on seller finance, you also make payments to the seller saying $100, $200, $300. But on this case, it was the seller goes, you know what? I don't even need any of your 0%. I don't want $100, $200. Just give me $158,000 when in 5 years. So technical term for this is called silent second, meaning the seller will sit in silent second position, right? As the word says it, the seller will sit in second position silently, and that money, $158,000, this $158,000 will just stay there, and it's not going to accrue interest. And when the 5-year mark hits, I just have to give him lump sum. Okay, so that's how we structured the deal. So only payment that I have is the mortgage payment, and then the third lien position of $50,000. And the $50,000 here, sorry, it's super messy. $50,000 here, I borrow for 12% interest only. So I don't pay any, I'm not paying down the loan. So, month 4, month 5, month 6, the $50,000 will still stay the same, but then I'm making payments to that. And then in this case, it was 24 months. So my lender is Alvin. Alvin gave me $50,000 and goes, Kevin, I love what you're doing. I love what you're posting out on social media. I love to, be part of your project. Do you have any lending opportunities for me to be part of? And I said, you know what, Alvin, I have this, triplex coming up. If you want to be involved in it, I need about $50,000, 12% interest rate, and I'll pay you off in 24 months. All right. I'll explain to you later in the video how I plan on paying down how I plan on paying off Alvin in 24 months. Okay. So that's how the purchase prices came up. 496,500 is the first mortgage, and then this is seller finance. And then this is third position is private money lender payment. And private money lender can be friend, family, whoever wants to give you money. And then if you break down the settlement statement, my mortgage payment is $3,500. So first lien position mortgage $3,500, and then there's some there's some insurance, taxes, another insurance, and another county taxes, and then interest that I pay to my lender Alvin, and then bunch of random stuff, like owner's coverage, settlement statement, closing fee. So these are all part of the closing cost, recording fee, recording fee, protection letter, blah blah blah. All these things and all these things, and they don't really add up to a lot of money either. They're $100, $100, and when you're buying a $670,000 house, $100 really doesn't really mean a lot. So at the end of the day, I bought this triplex for 670,000 with 3 different lien position: mortgage and seller finance, and then PML. Excuse my handwriting. And then my mortgage payment is $3,500 roughly. Seller finance, I make $0 monthly payments. I just have to pay him off in 5 years. And then private money lender, I pay him 12% interest rate, which is 1% a month, which comes out to be $500 a month. So my payment on this house is for around $4,000. So you might be asking, Kevin, what, number one, what does a property even look like? And number two, where did this deal even come from? Okay, so I'm gonna break the and here's the best part about doing deals in your own market, right? So I live here in Arizona, and a lot of people know that I buy a lot of houses here. So people come to me saying, "Hey, Kevin, do you want to buy this house? Do you want to buy this house? Do you want to buy that house?" And people come to me saying, people come to me with so many opportunities for me to buy real estate, and I get to cherry pick the ones because I have other opportunities that gets presented to me. Also, in this case, I'm gonna share my screen. So on March 9, 2024, at 3:14, I get an email from Allie. And Allie is a real estate agent here in town. If you guys are not using Allie and Belinda for your any agent stuff here in Phoenix, you are missing out. They are probably the best real estate agents that I've ever worked with. Allie Flanagan and Belinda Lee. There you have their contact information. She emails me on March 9th, says, Kevin, see the details below. I've also attached a closing disclosure showing PI, TI, and an appraisal. And seller just refinanced out of a hard money loan, so he has not received his first mortgage statement yet. Triplex, the address, 2 buildings, 600 square feet each, R6, able to add 4th unit, right? So remember this property has the ability to add 4th unit. 1 bedroom, 1 bath units, there's all separately metered. So this deal was initially $45,000 down, but because I have other opportunities and I said, you know what, Allie, I love this deal, but I have too many projects. In order for me to get this deal done, I can only come up with $25,000 down payment. And you know what? Fair enough. They were able to get the deal done. And this is the breakdown: 3514 principal mortgage payment, seller finance balance 0% interest, 5-year balloon. There's no monthly payment on the seller finance. Like I said, it's silent in second. And then blah blah blah. Possibility of purchasing building directly behind for $350,000. Remember this, guys. This was another selling factor for me to pull the trigger on this deal, was that I had the opportunity to buy the house right behind it from this exact same homeowner. All right, so where did this deal come about? It was that this deal came from a local real estate agent, and that saw me on Instagram. That's, and I've seen her in meetups all the time, and she knows that I buy houses just because I'm very loud on social media. I say, hey, I buy houses. If you have any houses, I'm a buyer, all these things. So she saw what I was doing on social media, and she brought the deal to me, and this just goes to show you that you have to be very active on social media in order for you to get hands-on deals just like this. All right. So let me show you the photos. One of the best part about this deal was that this deal was a ground up construction. So if you look at the house before it was purchased, December 2022, look how rough this house is. The house is about to fall apart, right? Like, the homeowner didn't take care of any of the landscaping. Look at these palm trees; they're overgrown and they're rust all over the place. The exterior painting, the AC is shot. I don't even think there's an AC on this. I don't even know. And so the homeowner bought this house in December 2022, and this was a condition of the house. But what the homeowner did was he completely tore it down to the studs, and he did basically a ground up construction on this, right? So look how nice the property is. Right. One of the things you have to factor in when you're buying houses like this is you have to factor in, are there any renovations that I have to do to this house in the next 3 to 5 years? Right. So you look at this: brand new AC, exterior painting, landscaping is somewhat done. I mean, and this palm tree still needs to get trimmed up, but it's a lot better than the condition of the house it was before. And this is the best part about this deal. Let me show you. So there are, let me see. So there's unit one, unit 2, and then there's a space, and then there's a separate, and then there's unit 3. And the best part about this deal is that right here, if you see the space, unit 1, like I said, unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3, there's a space right between here. And my plan with the house was to go into it, buy the deal, and build a 4th unit on this in between these two buildings, right? Because as the email says, it is zoned for R6, meaning I can add a fourth unit to the table, right? So for me, if I'm bringing, let's just say, right, there's two units, unit A, unit 1, unit 2, and there's a split space here, and there's a unit 3, I can go unit 3, I can go and build a fourth unit right here, potentially down the road, right? So if I'm buying, if these three units bring in, they're expected to bring about $2,300 per unit, $2,300, and another $2,300. The moment I build a fourth unit, I can bring an additional $2,300. And what's the cost of building another unit here in Phoenix? It's about $60,000. So if I'm bringing $2,300 on three units, and I spend another $60,000 to make additional $2,300, the cash on cash return on that is 300 times 12 is 27,600, and you divide that by $60,000. It's a 46% cash on cash return. And this is not even the best part. On top of that, you see this big backyard right here? I can put the RV just like my neighbor did, or in the city of Phoenix, I can build a ADU. I'm not talking about a fourth unit. I'm talking about ADU as long as you have enough space between all these north, south, west, and east walls, right? So potentially I have the ability to turn this triplex into a 5 unit. And so this is my unit right here. 3 unit, 1, 2, and 3. The homeowner owns the same exact house on right across the street. Like that's sharing this backyard wall right here. So I just went under contract to buy this single family house in the back on seller finance, 10% down, 4% interest rate. So just by me buying this 3 unit, I went under contract to buy the house in the back, and this is already a performing Airbnb, and I'm going to build an ADU in the back. So unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like an ADU, 6, and then 7, which is a single family house, right? So I know that was a lot. So let's do the math. I have about roughly $4,000 a month on my mortgage payment and my private money lending payment. And if all three of the units that I have bring in $2,300 a month as 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and I have plenty of 1 bedroom, 1 bath here in Phoenix, I know my numbers. 2,300 times 3, which is $6,900, minus $4,000 is $2,900 gross. And let's just say I set aside 10% for vacancies and repairs. So I set aside, let's just say $300. This house has a potential to make $2,600 a month. And this is before I build any units, right? The moment I build a fourth unit, my cash flow will go up another net $2,300, which is $4,900, right? So this one deal can bring me $4,900 a month, right? So so how much did it cost for me to get into this deal, right? I gave a homeowner $15,000 down payment, and I did not negotiate $15,000, though Belinda and Ali did, and they did a phenomenal job. And they came to me and said, I'll be happy with splitting a $10,000 assignment fee, and then $5,000 in closing cost. So I got into this deal for roughly $30,000. What was the purchase price on this house? I think it was $670. So $670 purchase price, and I was able to get into this deal for only $30,000, which comes out to be 4.47% down payment. Okay, then Kevin, the question is, okay, Kevin, why did you raise $50,000 for this deal when all you needed was $30,000 to get into this deal? Couple of things you have to remember is I'm turning this house into a furnished Airbnb, right? Meaning I'm going to have to spend money to get the furniture ready to go. So, and this is only 600 square feet each. So, we already done the math. The cost of furnishing 1 bedroom, 1 bath here in Phoenix costs us around $5,500, $5,500. And then there's three, but you have to times that by 3, which means just to furnish all 3 units, it's going to cost us around $16,500. And then now additional $3,500 that we have in surplus. Where does that go? Well, it goes towards the holding cost, because it costs money to hold on to these properties, and we're going to borrow just enough money so that we have 1 month of time before we have to start making the mortgage payment out of our own pocket. So I raised enough for the holding cost, and in 1 month, incentivize our team to get this house up and running and ready to go. So that is a deal breakdown. And So I hope you guys learned a lot from this deal underwriting. I know it was a lot to take in all at once, but I promise you, the deal underwriting, it's nothing but repetition, right? The more deals you underwrite, the better you're gonna get at it. So I hope you guys learned a lot. And if you guys have any deals here in Phoenix, Arizona, or Las Vegas, Nevada, any multifamily on creative finance, I am your buyer. I hope this brought value to you guys, and I'll see you guys later.